time when you said I was the bright spot in your day.
Well, Russ and I were having problems then.
Still are. It's just that, some other bright spot has come along.
Phil, 10 seconds ago you say you're here to apologize, and now you're here to lay a pity trip on me. I'm not sorry for what I said.
Look, I only wanted to explain yesterday how I felt about you. I'm even thankful that you kept me at an arm's distance.
All right, then you'll be thankful later that I'm asking you to leave now. Phil, I'm sorry. I'm not good at this. But I've had enough crushes in my life to know that...
This is not a crush.
Oh, okay, fine. I've been attracted to enough people
Becky,
to know that...
The word is love.
Out of class?
Yeah, I just got some bad news on a chemistry test that I need to cool down before I go home, you know what I mean?
Oh, you sound as if it was Becky's fault.
Don't get me started.
I'm willing to listen.
Again?
Why not? Yeah, hi. I'd like orange juice.
Ice water.
On a diet?
Yeah, well, I've been abstaining from a whole lot of things lately.
Oh. Maybe we shouldn't talk about it.
Yesterday, my father, Vince, and I walked in on Becky and Phil. It didn't look like anything was going on, but Becky acted real strange, real awkward.
I thought you were having problems with her producer, Cohen.
Between my father, Cohen, Phil, it seems like I'm having trouble with any man who sets foot into our apartment. Excuse me, townhouse.
Maybe that says something.
Yeah, it says she's got too many men in her life.
You've always been jealous, Russ.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. I can remember whenever I was afraid you were paying too little attention to me, I'd mention some ex-boyfriend who happened to say hello then.
Oh, you, Lloyd Davidson, did that?
I'm not saying it was right. The point is, it doesn't take much to make you turn green.
Well, I can blame that on my father's cigars or Cohen's cologne.
Don't say that.
No, really, I think the guy bathes in this stuff. One good thing, anyway. At least Becky can't lie to me about whether or not he's been there.
I'm sure she wouldn't lie anyway.
Laurie, I didn't marry your old roommate. I married somebody completely different. And she's changing more and more every day. She's into outwitting me now.
What do you mean?
Well, she's got her comebacks planned. It's like she waits specifically for my questions as if she knows what's coming.
I'm learning that too. It's all part of marriage. I'm finding out what to say to Ben, what not to say, where, when, and how. Sneaky little people, us women.
Sneaky little people. If you were falling out of love with Ben, what would you say?
Russ.
You'd say you were pursuing a career, and you'd say it at night, in bed, very softly. That's the where, when, and how Becky's discovered.
Becky Hewitt, fledgling star. Hello?
Becky, this is Francis. Are you going to be home most of the day?
Yeah, sure. How come?
I just have a few questions. Do you mind if I come over?
Sure, anytime.
Okay, I'll be right over.
I mean, I can't handle 3 paternity suits all at one time. Not against the same client. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. No. A word you're obviously not familiar with. Come on in. Look, you don't need me. You need a day nursery. Yeah. Look, some prairie drifter just wandered into my office. I got to get back to you later. Hey, why don't you give up women and try something less dangerous? You try cliff diving. And I thought I was all through dealing with you.
Well, that'd been my hope as well. But a very cruel turn of events brings me back.
You filing charges against me?
No, I was turned down to simple cases. And Mrs. Davidson, bless her heart, is already making overtures to befriend Nancy, so Don't worry about revenge.
That's quite neighborly.
No, I'm here on another matter altogether. Gene Redland?
Oh, no. No, please tell me you're not his attorney.
I've been advising him. And he agrees wholeheartedly that a no-fault divorce is entirely out of the question. Told his wife so yesterday.
Out of all the attorneys in Kingsley. Well, as usual, you're going directly contrary to what is the proper and expeditious course of the law.
What, getting custody for the father?
You don't have a chance.
Well, knowing how poorly you research your clients, I figured I could fill you in on Mrs. Redland's recent travels.
Oh, that's why you're here. To protect me from my own ignorance.
No, I'd just soon you barge into this case as cocky and unprepared as you were with Nancy. That'd make things easy, for once.
I know all about Miss Redland.
Well, then you know that my client can easily file for custody under charges of desertion.
Au contraire. Your client could have filed on those grounds, but the desertor has returned.
Ben, she's just as untrustworthy now as when she left.
Thereupon hangs this case. May the best man win. Good evening, Mr. Dunbar.
Oh, we are going to have a great garden this year, with a little help.
I suppose now isn't the time to tell you that I hate canned tomatoes.
You suppose better and better these days. What were you doing when I came in?
Well, this, just a little homework.
Uh-huh.
Now you're supposing.
Correctly, but I won't push it. Nancy have any trouble getting the clothes into her car?
Guess not.
Well, didn't you help her?
Mom, she seemed to be doing quite well without me. Besides, I didn't feel like taking orders from her, even if she had the nerve to ask, which she did.
I thought I heard you two arguing out there.
It's hard not to argue with her.
Peter, it's not a matter of taking orders, it's common courtesy.
Are you serious?
I am trying very hard to rebuild what little friendship Nancy and I have shared. Now, I'm not going to have my own son work against what's already hard enough for me.
Well, sorry. I didn't know that coming to the defense of my own mother was going to be such a problem.
Peter, I love you dearly as my son. Your growing up into a man makes me respect you more than you can ever know. And when I try to reach out to Nancy, it's because of a direct command from the Lord to love my enemies and to pray for those who despitefully use me. Now, I'd prefer to pass over that verse too. But if I did, I'd stop serving a complete God and adopt one who was what I wanted him to be. Now, I know that you don't want to stop me from doing his will.
So what have you decided to do with Grandma's house?
I'm thinking of giving it to Nancy. I mean, maybe just letting her stay there for a while. I'm not sure.
I love you, Mom. I don't want to ever hurt your faith. But if you give that house to Nancy, you're making a big mistake.
Phil.
May I? I'll behave.
Look, I really got a lot to do today.
Like?
I go over some music, I gotta finish unpacking, and I'm going through all my textbooks to see which ones I can sell. Phil, I really don't want to talk to you.
Came here to apologize.
You already apologized.
I don't know why I said all those things yesterday. It was just a natural reaction. Guess I went a little bit too far. Becky, believe me, it was never my intention to make you nervous.
Okay, then you won't bother me anymore? I'm sorry, Phil. That was the wrong word to use. I didn't mean that.
There was a time when you said I was the bright spot in your day.
Well, Russ and I were having problems then.
Still are. It's just that, some other bright spot has come along.
Phil, 10 seconds ago you say you're here to apologize, and now you're here to lay a pity trip on me. I'm not sorry for what I said.
Look, I only wanted to explain yesterday how I felt about you. I'm even thankful that you kept me at an arm's distance.
All right, then you'll be thankful later that I'm asking you to leave now. Phil, I'm sorry. I'm not good at this. But I've had enough crushes in my life to know that...
This is not a crush.
Okay, fine. I've been attracted to enough people to
Becky,
know that...
the word is love.
All right, Phil. I have had enough love in my life to know that once you tell someone, it's either yes or no. And it's no to you. I don't like saying that, but I don't think you came here to apologize at all. I think you came here because you want to be here, and you want to pretend that we're still close, that things are the way that they were. But, Phil, it's not going to work.
That's all true. But I'm still sorry about yesterday. Not now.
Francis, you're here. Look who came to visit.
Phil, going over some music again?
Yeah, I was just pitching some songs to Becky.
How'd she like them?
It's been crazy busy around here. I mean, you come in and Phil was just leaving.
Yeah, where you off to?
Nowhere. I'd like to stay.
Phil, I'm asking you to leave.
Look, maybe I'm the one who should leave, huh?
No, Francis.
What was that all about?
Creative differences. We have them all the time. What'd you want?
I was just curious how things are with you and Russ. I saw him in the huddle just now, and he was studying.
Well, things could be better. I tell you something, you put up with enough garbage in your life, and it's amazing what you can get used to. Why'd you ask?
Just conversation.
Well, I wasn't saying that the store's a total loss, but these are figures that have to be dealt with.
Oh, I know, honey. I told you that Ben and Dave are going to use the spare room for a clinic. That'll be income.
Well, at least they won't have to worry about getting reading material for the waiting room.
Why don't you mark that down in the ledger under credits, 1 sense of humor. You can use a black pen.
I wish we could count those things. Love and laughter.
You count them. You count them, honey.
Okay, when the banker comes in, I'll just give him a hug and tell him a joke. But honey, there really is something that we have to do. It's almost 5 and Francis is going to be here any minute.
I know. I know. I agree.
Well, don't worry about him. Anybody that brilliant doesn't have to worry about getting a job.
Boy, there must be something in the air today.
Oh, we were just talking about you.
Does my name always induce romance?
No, as a matter of fact, we were talking about your future. You'll go far.
Oh, why do I feel unsettled all of a sudden?
Francis, we don't have to tell you how
No,
slow the business
that's all right. You don't have to lead into it graciously. You're letting me go. I'm surprised you kept me as long as you did.
It's not that we want to, Francis. I mean, we...
No, really, I understand. That's all right.
Francis, I'm sorry we couldn't have given you more in the way of salary and job security.
You gave me something else. I'll tell you something, Mr. Cummings. I've read the Bible from cover to cover thinking it was a good historical book. When I worked with you, it came alive.
I tell you, Lori, sometimes I wish I had married the kind of soft-spoken, sensitive, home-by-6 every night husband.
If that's supposed to be some indirect reference to Ben. Boy, have you got things mixed up.
Oh, come on, Lori. Compared to this house, you guys have it very quiet.
Ha! For the past month and a half, we've been going around and around about Ben wanting to start an inner-city clinic.
Fine. At least you guys are going around and around. You're not hitting straight on like Russ and I do.
Oh, we've done that, too. But we finally resolved our problems. How? I'm learning to be more supportive.
That solves everything, David.
Come on, don't laugh. Ben goes through a lot at work, just like Russ does at school. And they don't need to come home to a nightly critique of their dreams.
All right, I know, you're right. It's just what you see as supportive, I see as submissive. And that's fine, too, so long as I'm not the one doing all the submitting. But let me tell you something, marriage is a two-way street.
Yeah, but you're both supposed to be moving in the same direction. Becky, you have to talk to Russ. He's hurting.
How do you know?
I had a long talk with him today at the huddle.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah, Becky, this is Dave.
Hey, Dave. It's my producer. What do you need?
I want you to come up to New York tomorrow, start rehearsing for a new album. Flight's already been arranged for you.
Oh, that's awful short notice.
Yeah, well, studio time's precious, hon. You take it when you can get it.
Well, did you call Phil?
No. And I'd really rather not. Phil or anyone else from Summer Wind. Look, Becky, I'm just going to say this. There's a city full of talented musicians up here, all just as good as Phil, if not better.
Yeah, but he's the one I
They play in studios all day long. They do what they're told, they take their money, and they go home. Now, unless you really need Summer Wind and Phil Hayes, now's the time to drop them. You read me?
Yeah, David, I read you.
How'd things go today?
It's like working at a 7-Eleven on a hot Saturday afternoon. All day long, people in and out and in and out.
Yeah, who?
Well, Phil stopped by. Strictly business. And then Francis came by, too. How's your day?
I got a C on a chemistry test.
That's Jenkins' class.
Yeah, bad news.
Doesn't he allow for you to drop your lower grade?
I can drop the D+ I got a couple of weeks ago.
Cheer up, you went from a D+ to a C.
Becky, if this keeps up, there's not going to be a respectable med school anywhere that will be interested in taking me.
Yeah, I know. So how's the rest of your day? Did you see anybody?
No, not really. Oh, yeah, I spoke with Vince. Yeah, I can believe what he told me.
What?
He's moving his family down here to Kingsley.
You're kidding, why?
I don't know, he didn't say, but I've got the feeling they left some less than satisfied partners back in Chicago, and he'd feel a whole lot safer with his precious wife Louise and Tony with him here.
Well, you and Tony were friends. I mean, friends, you're half-brothers,
Yeah,
right?
well, I don't want to see Tony or anybody else in Vince's family for that matter.
So, that was your day, huh?
What's wrong? Not enough bad news to hold you till tomorrow?
No. I'm just playing the interested housewife. I want a daily record of your accounts and doings.
What's the matter? You sore?
A little bit. I should take something for it.
You know, you've been belting out too many songs to Cohen lately.
Yeah. Well, Cohen says that the sultry, raspy voice is in, and I need more of it.
Can I help with anything around here? Yeah, why don't you get another can of tomato sauce in that cupboard there if you want to. And what do you mean by Liz?
Sometimes I don't know what that lady wants. I'm supposed to help take care of Jenny. Then I'm supposed to leave her alone. So I leave her alone and I get in trouble for not helping take care of her.
Why do I think there's another side to that story?
Because you two are best friends and you won't take my word over hers. Can I dump this into something?
Sure, as soon as you're ready, just put it right in here.
You know, I wish Mrs. Cummings and I got along as well as you and I do.
Well, if you were my house guest, I'd probably be making the same demands as Liz does. Jill, tell me about your mother.
I don't know her. Well, not really. I don't want to talk about her. It just sounds like I'm trying to get sympathy.
Well, how do you draw the line between sympathy and being helped?
Easy. I don't want sympathy. I don't need help.
Hey! And batting cleanup in the kitchen, Jill Hansen. All right.
Hey, Stretch.
Peter, would you get the table set?
Sure.
Why didn't you ask me to do that?
Oh, excuse me. Peter, let Jill help you get the table set.
All right. Since when are we the cheerful helper?
Since Jenny Cummings drove her over here.
I finally had to leave when she made me explain the difference between crayons and lipstick.
You still have to stay in the lines with both. Ha ha.
And whoever
Funny,
told you
huh?
had a
Yeah.
sense of humor. I don't think so.
Hi, Carrie. Just thought I'd stop over and see if there's anything I could do. Well, looks like you already have an assistant.
Hey, how's your throat feeling?
What?
So how is your throat feeling?
It's a little bit better. Where you going?
I gotta go to the library.
I can do this later, Russ.
No, that's okay. I gotta go. I gotta do a little extra credit project to get on Jenkins' good side. You sure you're feeling all right?
Yeah, don't worry about me.
Believe me, I wouldn't dream of it. Libraries. See ya.
Bye.
Yeah.
David, this is Becky.
Becky. Glad you called.
Yeah.
Have you thought about it?
Yeah, David, I thought about it, what you said about Phil and the band, and... You're right, let's drop them.